Welcome to Shadow Empire Academy. Today you will learn about private economy. Each of your zones have assets divided into public assets built by you and private assets with brown background built by private economy. Most of the population of your zone is working in private sector. They are not under your direct command and you don't pay them, but they pay taxes. They can buy products and sell products from traders. There is a group of population called workers, and they are working in your public assets and you pay them directly. So the more public assets you build, the more public jobs you create, and hopefully the more people will be transferred from the population, so from the private economy sector to your public sector to work in your public jobs. It's very important to understand that your private economy have income and expenses. Income can be generated by hidden economy, so it's always there is some part of population working in hidden economy, producing some amount of credits, also spending their salaries and selling items. There is also some amount of private assets that produce credits directly. That's why we can have also private assets income. But there are also expenses like your taxation, paying debt because the zone private economy founded some assets and or they buy some luxuries or trying to attract free folks to come to the town and work in private economy. All of that is called expenses. And if the income is higher than expenses, then here we can see positive number added to the private funds of the private economy in this zone. Why we need to care about this number? Because when this number would be high enough, the private economy can fund their next project, which means that they plan to build somewhere in our zone private ice mine community. You can help them by public investment. In this case, I budgeted to invest 124 credits each turn to support private economy. Sometimes the actual credits given is lower. It depends on your governance happiness and efficiency. But over time, we can grow our invest treasury. And if this number plus the private funds is higher than the cost of private asset, we can see that there will be a new private asset under construction. For example, in this zone, you can see that the next project is library, and they were able to collect the money to found the library, and in 2 turns I will have private library, which will improve the education in my zone. So it's very convenient. But what you should also know is that sometimes they don't have enough money and they need to take a debt to finance this asset. So if they can do it using the budget and funds, it's great, but sometimes they need to take a debt to finance it, and then each time they need to pay also the debt. So then this number will not grow because they will have to pay the debt. Why we should care about private asset and private economy? Sometimes it can be very helpful. For example, at start of your game, usually they try to build the basic needs assets, like assets that create food, water. Then they will build the first assets to satisfy basic quality of life in your zone. So to have some security, education, entertainment, health. At start of the game, this is very helpful because you don't need to invest your resources or money to improve quality of life, but the private economy can do it on their own. On top of that, they can also build mines, private mines. Of course, I could do this, but why not let them build the private mine, and the road that is connecting the zone with this mine is also funded by private economy. Early game, such a road could be quite expensive, and I could spend a lot of industrial points. Now it's not a problem, but early game, this is very helpful if they will found this metal mine. Of course, later I can click and try to nationalize by paying some money. Usually it's 1000 credits or 500 credits for smaller assets. In this case, this is 2500 because this is level 2 mining asset. Okay, so how to help private economy to grow? In the administration tab, you can see the invest budget, and you can change it by calling your governor.
Standing by.
Select zone
Roger
orders,
that.
and the first slider here is to decide how many of your public budget you would like to assign to support the investment of private zone. I can increase it to 500, but this is the amount of credits I will pay each turn to support this private economy, so be careful
Roger that.
with too high numbers here, because this is our expense for each turn. We can check it in the report treasury cash flow overview. Here we can see all of our zones, and the second section is how many credits we budget to support the zone economy. The amount given is usually equal, but not always. And if we are on this screen, we also can see how many income we have from taxation, but be careful with increasing this number too high, because then you kill the private economy, because they will have higher expenses each turn because of the income tax, which means that they will have less money to spend on their projects. So it's up to you. If you would like to get as much money from them as possible, then fine, but then you will have to build most of the assets on your own as public assets. Another interesting aspect is the salaries. We pay our workers some money, so we have some costs, but we shouldn't treat this as something very negative. Of course, it's a cost for our public budget, but all salaries that are paid to our workers, let them collect money for spending and buying stuff. Also, all money we pay our soldiers, it should be here, 488 credits, and all money we pay for our cabinet directors, and all money that private economy is earning, create a value of cash that is available inside the market, and the more cash is there, the more effective the private economy can be, and the more they can buy and grow. So you can see that even if I invest 700 credits and I pay 400 credits in salaries, I can get 1000 credits back because of the taxes and because of the service tax. The taxation will give us more money if we have more money in the market. So the more our population can spend on buying stuff and selling stuff, the more we can receive in the taxes. So even if I have quite low taxation, I can receive quite high amount of money from the market. Another interesting report is trade report. Here we can see that our private economy sold some items to traders and they could get money because of that. But also they had to buy some resources. It's visible here that they received 800 credits by selling items. So let's go back to our assets. In the Manage tab, when we check our assets, we can filter between public and private ones, and here we can see quite easily what is going on in our private economy. So you should notice that part of the production is private, and that's why private economy can sell this metal to traders and get money and income, and part is paid for you and you store it in the SHQ. Also, there is some credits generated as direct income of private economy. In case of food production, most of the food is consumed by the population or sold to traders, but some small amount is also given to you. In case of light industry, all industrial points are for you, for your usage. So it's very good if you have light industry and if you will see that they are planning to build light industry to everything to found and help them to have it quickly. Because then they can build another level and another. There are also stratagem cards that can add this building or increase the level of existing building. There is one important factor here. If you have commerce profile, it can boost the private economy bonus. So if you plan to grow your private economy, it's good to also focus on the commerce profile. Also, this profile helps you to have better prices. Thank you for watching.